Chapter 1. What is democracy? Why democracy? So, democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Or simply, we can say democratic government is a form of government where the people of the country elect the government themselves. Now, we are going to discuss the features of democracy. So the first feature is major decisions by elected leaders. So in the year 1999, General Pervez Musharraf, a military leader of Pakistan, he overthrew the current elected government by leading a military coup in Pakistan, and he declared himself the president of the country. In the year 2002, he got a 5-year extension granted because he held a referendum based on malpractices and fraud. And he also passed an order, a legal framework order, and according to this, the national and the provisional election were held, and the elected representative were given a little power, whereas the final power was vested by the General Pervez Musharraf and the military officers, his friends. So, with this, we can say this could not have been called democracy because in democracy the final decision power are made by those who are elected by the people. Now, the next feature is free and fair electoral competition. So we can say democracy must be based on free and fair election where those who are currently in the power have a fair chance of losing, right? So in this we are going to discuss the two case study, the case study of China and Mexico. So we'll start with China. So in China, election held after every 5 years, and with this election, a country's parliament has been appointed. So the country's parliament is also known as National People's Congress. So the National People Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country, and some members are elected by the army also. So before contesting the election, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Only those who are the member of the Communist Party and the 8 smaller countries allied to it were allowed to contest in the election. So in China, the election don't offer the people any serious choices. They have to choose the ruling party and the candidate approved by it. So the government is always formed by the Communist Party since it's independent. Next feature is one person, one vote, and one value. In a democracy, every adult should have equal voting rights. One vote should have one value. There should be no discrimination in the voting system. But there are some countries which abide this feature, like Saudi Arabia, Fiji, and Estonia. In Saudi Arabia, women don't have right to vote. In Fiji, the vote of an indigenous Fiji has a greater value than the vote of the Indian Fiji. In Estonia, the Russian minority has difficulties in obtaining the right to vote. Next feature is rule of law and respect for rights. So a democratic government should rule within the limits set by the constitution. So there is one more example or a case study of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority in the year 1980. Since then, the country has been ruled by the ZANU-PF party under the leadership of Robert Mugabe. So Mugabe has been ruling the country since independence. Elections have been held regularly and always won by the ZANU-PF party. Over the years, Robert Mugabe's government has changed the constitution several times to increase the power of the president and make him less accountable to the needs of the people. Opposition party workers are harassed and their meeting was disrupted. Televisions, radio, independent newspaper are controlled by the government and give only the ruling party a version and always criticize the activities done by the oppositional party. right? So the government has ignored some court judgment also that went against it and has pressurized judge. To conclude the features of democracy, we can say the rulers of a particular nation are elected by the citizens. Second is free elections should be held which are quite competitive. Third, every individual has a right to vote and each vote should have equal value. Fourth, rulers are bound to abide by the constitution. Next is right of the citizen are protected through the constitution. And the last is there should be independent judiciary in a country. Discussing about the advantages of democracy in detail. So we'll start with first point, that is accountable government, right? So democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people. Now we'll understand this point by with the help of an example. That was the in the year 1958 to 1961 famine occurred in China, and this was the worst recorded famine in the world history. Why? Because nearly 3 crore people died in this famine. And during this time, India was not much better than China, yet it didn't face such a famine. The situation of China and India in terms of economic development, we can say there is no such difference. But still, India was having much better condition than China. Why that so? Because it was the result of different government policies in both the countries. So the government of India made it respond to food security in a way that the Chinese government didn't, right? And if the China had a multi-party system, then we can say it would not have uh, faced such kind of situation, because they have been checked by the opposition party. And if the press was free to criticize the government, then so many people would not have died in that famine, right? So in simple terms we can say that democracy is for the people and it is an accountable form of government, right? Now the next point is deals with differences. So democracy provides all the citizens some basic rights, like right to express their thoughts in front of government, right? So democracy provides a chance to all the citizens to choose their representatives, and if their representative don't work according to their will and the needs, then they can change them easily. So in the parliament all the members have right to give their opinions, and it suits the need of many countries like India with the diversity of languages, cultures, and religions, we can say caste and creeds, right? So it keeps our country united by discussing the number of the solution to every problem, right? Now we'll discuss the next point, that is based on consultation and discussion, right? So as we have discussed, democracy is based on the consultation and discussion, right? So in a democracy the decision making always involves the number of the people through meetings, right? So when a number of people put their sit together or put their ideas, they are able to point out the possible mistakes in any decision. So this process takes time, but there is a big advantage of this. We can say it prevents from the rash or the irresponsible decisions, which helps our country to develop more. Okay. Now the next point is enhance the dignity of the citizen. In this, we can say democracy is based on the principle of political equality. So all the citizens, whether that a person is rich or poor, educated or uneducated, they are having the same political equality status. And in democracy people are not subject of the rulers, in fact they are rulers themselves. The ruler has to rule or work according to the wishes and the needs of the people. If they don't do so, then they can change them. The people of that particular nation can change them through elections, right? Now the next is correct its own mistake. So as we know, nobody is perfect in this world. So and no form of government can guarantee this, that they will not make any mistake in future. Similarly, there is no guarantee that mistakes can't be made in a democracy. But the advantage of democracy, we can say, mistakes can't be hidden for a long time, and there is a space for the public discussion on their mistakes or on these mistakes. So even when they make mistakes, they are responsible for their own mistakes and they will correct their mistakes. So in this way, we can say democracy also enhance the dignity of the citizen, and they also admit their mistake and correct their mistakes. Next topic is argument against democracy. So there are several criticism of democracy, whether we consider democracy is a better form of government, but still there are some drawbacks of democracy also. So the first one is instability. So it creates instability by changing its leader frequently after every election. Second is democracy is about power play and political competition. So we can say that there is no scope for morality. Third is so many people have to be consulted before any issue is solved. So it leads to decision making process. Next is elected leaders, they do not know the best interest of the people. Next is it leads to the corruption, for it is based on electoral corruption, as is muscle power and money power is used. Next is ordinary people, they don't know what is good for them, so the decision making should not be left to them. The most common form of democracy in today's world is representative democracy, which means that the majority of people rule through their elected representatives. It becomes necessary because modern democracy involves such a large number of the people that it is not physically possible for them to sit together and take a collective decision. And or we can say the population of modern democratic states is very large, and it is physically impossible for each member to take part directly and sit together for to form any decision. Even if they could sit together, they do not have time, desire and expertise for participating in decision making process.